Hey guys, it's Kai. Welcome back to Reddit review number 4. Today we got a Masters 2 Kiriko, and the post is pretty short. I'll still have the screenshot up. What is holding me back from getting GM? Hi friends, I would like some advice on this match. I've gotten to M1 a couple of times, but always fall back down immediately. First mid, I'm going to assume like the first half of the game. First mid was kind of weird, then from around 6 minutes to 6:45, I didn't really know what to do. But besides that, I thought I played pretty well, so it'll be a good one to review. Now, I'm going to just take a guess. Likely what happened, like, this is a complete guess. I don't know what has been going on this game. I'm going to guess that the last, like the 6 minutes to 6:45 takes place in this kind of area, and you just didn't know where to position to give value. That's just what I'm gonna guess. So because this guy is already M2 M1, which is a very impressive rank, by the way, very very close to the GM. I'm not gonna go through like the basics of how to play Kiriko. I'm basically just gonna be looking for like mistakes this player makes kind of consistently. But I'll go over the general game plan. General game plan on Kiriko is just the 4-step plan. If you don't know what the 4-step plan is, Awkward made this kind of system of just like an effective way to play Kiriko. I won't explain it, but I'll have like a thumbnail of it up here. Okay, we're not doing too much shooting right now. So yeah, right now we shouldn't be sat in the back of the map. We should be getting closer. We should be trying to do damage and then see where we can off angle from, right? So we start main to heal and shoot, and then as the fight starts, we want to take an off angle. If that's over here, that's fine. If that's over here and we kind of go on top of this little vehicle here and we get close, that's fine. But we want to get close so we can actually do some reliable damage, because if we're not doing reliable damage, well, it's basically a 4v5, and as you know, 4v5s are very hard to win. Because like, yeah, we can shoot from afar, but it doesn't do anything. Like we're not doing anything right now. So, like, heal up this doom, and then we need to set up. The reason why we want to set up is because Kiriko is kind of hard to shoot from far away. So if we wait for our team to go in or poke, it just it depends, and then we go in. But I'll stop pausing. Heal up this guy. Shoot. Okay, we've got to keep up the Weaver. Yeah, we're just not really doing anything right now. We're just playing very far away. Very, very far away. See how easy it is to hit shots up close? Okay, keep up the Life Weaver. Okay, now that our team is stabilized, we need to move forward. We need to get close. Either from in this room or through this room. Why do we not want to go down this lane here? Well, because it's open space. If we go through this room, we have cover, and it opens us up to go out here, in this room and over here to get behind them. If we go on the right side, we can peek here on the truck, in this little dip here. We just don't want to be in open space. That's it. But we also want to close the distance. So Orca's 4-step plan is engage. I am actually going to explain it. It's engage, which is just get ready to get close, and then we want to close the distance, because hitting shots is going to be easier up close, and we want to do it from an off angle. What's an off angle? Just an angle where they're not paying attention to. So for example, let's just say we happen to be over here, right? You would engage when the fight starts, so that the fight's starting. We would get close to this guy and do it from behind him, which is an off angle to surprise. Shoot, get the kill, distract, whatever happens, and then we TP out when they look at us. Good shot. Yeah, like we're just being too scared. We need to walk forward. We need to go and help this Doom kill people. We have no threat to us. We need to walk forward, shoot, and then we have 2 cooldowns to get out if we need to, right? You just need to walk forward. Because like right now, you're not doing anything. Your team is doing stuff. So upon watching this first fight, my guess is that you just aren't engaging enough. And that you're not engaging enough because you're not putting yourself in a position to set up so that you can engage. Right now, we should be setting up somewhere to where we can surprise the enemies as they walk into our team, and then we can shoot them in the back. So right now we're playing very passive. The reason why you can like set up in these surprising positions, like you could set up over here and then wait for them to run over here, and then you can come behind them, or like you can come through this door, whatever, right? But the reason we could do this is because we have TP. As long as we keep a teammate in our range, we're fine. We're literally unkillable. Okay, we have to fend off these two, so that's fine. Push! Get aggressive, let's go, let's go! We have TP, they're fighting, we need to go do something. Okay, we get low. Okay, this is a really bad rush. Why is it a really bad rush? Because there's no enemies that are actually going to get affected by this. The rush, even though it reaches over here, you see how the enemies can just disengage? The Zarya can just walk back. The Freya can play outside of it. All these guys are not in the rush, so they can just kite it. The way you want to use rush is when your team and the enemy team are actually fighting pretty close. So you pop it, which forces them to go back, because if they stay in the rush, your team is obviously going to have the effect of the ult, and then your team can chase them as well in the ult, which means they can't get away. Ideally, you want to put the rush, like let's say you were standing here, you would want to put the rush down here, because now you can fight in the rush if they stay there. But if they kite the rush, then you can keep walking forward because you've put it in their escape path. This is just too far away. Too far. We're too far. You see how hard it is to hit shots from far away? You hit like one shot on that guy. So far, your main problem is that you're just not playing close enough, and you're just not engaging. Let's go. Let's walk. Let's walk. Have a quick look up at like where our teammates are to see if we can push, and then push. There's no reason to be afraid. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Damage. Good try. Now, obviously, we don't want to go too far. You want to play as far as like your safest teammate will let you. Right? It's like if your cast stays here, you can move up. You can move up a little bit, because if you fight here and then you get low, you can just TP back to the cast. Good shot. Okay, we need to shoot. Nice. You need to walk. You can walk forward here, right? Because Kiriko's in spawn, Lucio's in spawn. You can low-key just walk over here. When these guys start shooting, because you're already set up on the off angle, because Kiriko's is very mobile, when your teammates distract the enemies, you could just pop from the off angle, shoot, and then run away. And like I know this is very repetitive, but you want to get close. Ugh, I'm dying. Oh my god. My apologies. You want to get close, and you want to be setting up to actually do damage, or else you're just going to be firing from 50 miles away. You see now that your Doom's in, because you're not set up, you can't properly capitalize off of this. And now now you might be asking, well, I can capitalize because I'm shooting. No, you're shooting from really far away, so it's really hard to hit shots. If you get close, it's going to be easier to hit shots, and you're going to be more of a threat, which is going to make the enemies more likely to actually turn to you because you're more threatening. You see how no one gives a fuck about you because you're just like 10 million miles away? Like no one actually gives a fuck about you because you're just not a threat. You need to make people care about you because you're close. Yeah, this is fine. Your cast is shooting as well. This is fine. I don't mind this. So like now you're actually a threat, kind of, because you're close. But the enemies are ulting, so we might want to take care of our team, maybe. I mean, like, I guess fighting the Tracer isn't terrible. Yeah, especially because if you TP in here, you'll probably just die. Yeah, this is fun. Right now, you just want to stay here, keep people alive. Okay, fight back. Nice. We need to Suzu that guy. Ah, that's unlucky. Alright, now walk forward. Go. Who do we see? Kiriko. She's not paying attention. Zara's not paying attention. We need to go for people who are not paying attention. And right now, the Kiriko. We just walk on this guy. Let's go. No, don't shoot from afar. Walk in there. Get in there. We don't want to shoot from far away, because it's really hard to hit shots. We need to walk on this guy. And like, why can we walk on this guy? Because we have TP. We're fine. Like, there's no worry. Oh, man. My aim is so bad. You see how easy it is to just headshot that guy? Boom. Because you're close. Okay, Freya's in. Push that guy. Walk. Let's go. Yeah, boom. You're dead. And the reason why you're dead, by the way, is because when you play so far away, you don't really get enough information to actually know what's happening. So if someone surprises you, you're very likely to die because you just don't know what's going on. That's a secondary benefit of playing close. If you were playing like more aggressively and closer, you could have walk climbed up here, seen the Tracer push you, because I imagine she came through the room, right? Yeah, look, you could have walk climbed up here, you would have seen these guys, shot them, and the Tracer wouldn't have pushed you. You would have surprised and pushed the Tracer and the Freya and the Lucio. And then guess what? you can just TP out to somewhere safe when they look at you. But because you're not playing aggressive enough, funnily enough, you're actually getting in more danger because you don't know what's going on. So yeah, when you say the first mid of this match was like pretty weird, of course, because you're not actually doing anything. Right? Like you have 1.3k damage in 4 minutes. You're not actually aggressing on people. You're basically playing like a 3v5 with a turret and a healing turret in the backline. Whereas they have 5 people with speed, Kiriko damage, Suzu, Tracer, Freya, Doom. You're playing a 3v5. Okay, so now that we're here, we need to just kind of we can't really do too much because we gotta just wait for the fight to start a little bit. Playing kind of safe here is fine because any rotation you could make, it's just gonna take too long. So now I don't mind you playing main and playing back a bit. Well, I do mind you playing back because you can't see anything, but I don't mind you playing main because there's nowhere to really set up to. You know, maybe you could walk forward, climb up the wall here, create a little off angle on Doom. Or maybe climb up the stairs. But otherwise, you don't have to do anything crazy. I just need you to get closer. Because Doom dies because you're not actually helping shoot the people who are shooting the Doom, right? The Doom is distracting people. Let me show you, right? The Doom is distracting 4 people. But because his team are a bunch of pussies, because no one's actually trying to create an angle, including you, Mr. Kiriko, well, everyone just shoots him. They're not getting shot out by anyone else, so they just kill him for free, or they force out his ult. And now you're down an ult for free because no one was helping the Doom. Now you could say the Doom is feeding, or you could say, wait, my Doomfist is low-key distracting four people right now. Let me shoot this guy. You see, Doomfist is on the Lokes distracting 4 people. Yeah, maybe he's feeding, but I could be up here actually shooting these guys, but I'm not. You see how easy it is to hit shots when you're close, by the way? You just got that Doom solo. Okay, now that the enemy team are starting to come forward, this is where you can kind of set up on an angle. Make sure your life lever is held up and then rotate over here. This is a very short rotation and it's going to create an off angle. Because you're going to see the enemies are going to walk forward and then you could be here ready to engage on this fight happening. Because now people are distracted. You can come from the room, get close, engage, no one's paying attention, you shoot them, and then you disengage. Good Suzu. I don't mind this rush. It's like whatever. I don't mind this rush. I think maybe you could have waited a bit. Because you're just kind of in a really bad position, you know. Cass is gonna die, Tracer's not back. It's just kind of hard to come back from this. Hit up this guy, shoot, nice. And like you see, also, because we're not taking any angles, we happen to just be in front of the enemies all the time. Why? Because we're just sitting with our team. And obviously, when our teammates are shooting and we're playing next to them, well, the enemies are going to look at my life weaver, which just happens to be where I am. Right? Even taking like a little side angle, right, just to separate yourself is good. Because one, it's going to stop you from getting shot at all the time because they're shooting your teammates. 2, it's going to create another point of pressure so you can do damage and force enemies to look at you. And 3, because you have TP, you actually have the freedom to go where you want. You can go here, you can follow the Doom, TP back to the Weaver. You can go on this right side, engage, TP back to the Weaver if things go bad. Right, Kiriko has a lot of options and you're taking none of them. You're just sitting with your team and hoping for the best. But that's not how you play Kiriko. Okay, we're pushing out the Tracer. I like this. Problem is, because the rotation's really long and your team is fighting, it's just not great. What you should have done instead was just stay here and then go take this rotation. It's a lot shorter and you've got more time to help your teammates if they need it. You can take this angle and then very quickly TP out. The problem with this, it's too wide and it's too far away. You see? You have to peek either really wide and far away to shoot them. And then even then they might go behind cover. Or you have to take a couple of seconds to walk, and then by the time you get there, it might already be too late. So I like that you actually took an angle, it's just too far away. You should have just gone through the room, it's closer, and it's faster to get there. And it I'm not saying the off angle is bad. Like, the off angle is really good. No one's paying attention. The enemies are fighting. You can distract or capitalize on the distraction. It's really good. You just took a worse angle. Good shots, though. You see, when you're actually a threat and you take an angle, the Freya is forced to take cover. You force out TP, right? Like you actually force things to happen. Now, if only you would ward a little bit closer. You see how that might have been easier to shoot the Freya, because they're still not paying attention to you, right? You can just walk. You just walk forward. You have no threat as long as you keep an eye on like where your team is, so that you can TP out. You can just walk forward. Maybe not too far, because obviously you're in open space. But like you can like walk forward over here, shoot Freya, and you probably would have killed her. And like, I'm sorry if this sounds repetitive, but like this is what you need. You need to do this more often, but just make it a bit more efficient. And then boom, you just TP out when they look at you, and then you can still help your team anyway. Do you see that? You can still help people anyway, even after you've gone to fight. Very nice. Nice. Off angle. Boom. 4-step plan. This is amazing. You're missing all your shots, but like, that's okay. Now, I think personally, I would have turned around a little bit just to see if my team was okay, because you didn't really know what was happening, right? You didn't know your Doom and your Weaver were fighting. You didn't know where these two were. So I think you should have at least turned around. I'm not saying you should have TP'd out, but you should be aware of what your teammates are doing, because one, you're playing support. You have to keep people up. But two, you have to keep aware of where the enemies are and where your teammates are, so that you know where to off angle and that you know who to TP back to. Because here, you could have just off angled these guys, right? You could have just walked up here, off angled these guys, and then you would have been able to help your teammates as well. But because you didn't turn around, you weren't aware of that. Right? You were just taking an angle because you think it's right, because like you think it's like the best place to be, and like it is a place to be, like it's somewhere, but you didn't know if it was a good location to go to on it. That's my problem. You just didn't know. Okay, you're distracting. Here, you shouldn't really Suzu, right? Like it's just a Lucio. This is where you TP out. When they look at you, you've gotten the value of distracting the enemies. Now you TP out and you help people. Because here you're just wasting Suzu for no reason, and now when you TP back, you have no Suzu, and that could have helped you. That could have helped the Doom engage harder, right? Whatever. Don't give Doom punch. You know, it's very simple. Don't give Doom punch. You had TP, but you had nowhere to go to, so it's whatever. You said that 6 minutes to 6:45 were weird, so let's do this. So yeah, so far, by the way, your problem is that you're just not playing close enough, and you don't take enough off angles. But first, you need to solve playing close so that you can get comfortable with just being close, hitting shots, getting aggressive, and then lean into off angling way more. Because this whole game, by the way, you've taken one off angle. I'm pretty sure you've actually taken like a single off angle. And I've just realized for the damage stats I was looking at this guy and not this guy. But it's whatever. Like here, like, it's just so hard to do anything. It's so hard to do anything. So instead of shooting from far away, you would rather set up over here. You would rather walk, get close, so that when your team engages, you know, you can stand here, and then when your Doomfist slams in from behind, you're ready to pop from the off angle. You don't really want to shoot from far away like this, because look, your Doom's not in, right? But he's about to go in. So this is where you would want to go. Right? Okay, Doom's in. We need to walk forward and capitalize. Let's go. Okay, we're distracting them. This is good. Wonderful. Now, I would have liked if you went in a little earlier, but nevertheless, this was a fine play. Here, you could even TP in, by the way. You could even TP in to help these guys. Because right now, you're not doing anything. Standing in this position is really bad because you're not doing anything. So I wouldn't recommend doing this all the time, but if you find yourself super far away and you're not doing anything, this is where I would just TP to a teammate who is getting aggressive, because you need to help someone, right? Whether that's the Cass or the Weaver or these guys over here, you need to do something. This is the worst position for you to be in, because you can't heal, you can't Suzu, and you can't do damage. So unfortunately, you're going to have to TP in. And this is all because you just don't have the mindset of playing close and actually being aggressive. You're just playing very passive. If you want to play like this, just like play Ana or Zen or Bat or like a Lari, right? This like sit in the back playstyle is not for Kiriko. And that you see, because you're not actually doing anything, you're not helping, right? The Doomfist has to ult because he's just fighting a 2v4 when it should be a 3v4. Okay, nice. But again, I need to see some shooting here. I need to see you walking forward, trying to shoot these guys. When they get you low, TP out, right? Okay, that's not a good TP. I know I said you want a TP to help people, but what does this TP do for you? I'm assuming you're TPing to avoid the damage, but why not TP out of the ult instead of into the ult? You're actually TPing into the Doomfist, but you got lucky. Here we can shoot Doom because he's low. Okay, now we have high noon, and you know where the enemies are, and your Doomfist is about to punch in. Get on the left side, engage. This is good because it's close. You know, you can actually hit shots, and you can move closer. It's an off angle because all of them are looking this way, and you can disengage with your TP. Right, like you see how many seconds you spent not helping Doomfist. Doom's in. Where are you? You're not here. You need to be ready to capitalize off of your team's engage. Like, especially in the like M1, M2 range, stuff happens very quickly. If you're not here ready to capitalize, these guys are just going to kill your Doomfist instantly, and then you're going to be down a tank. What you need to be doing is you need to be at this little wood thing, ready to engage once your Doom goes in. Like, you're not here for like 3 seconds, and then Doom's already had to use block because none of them are distracted, and now he's gonna die if he goes in. Now he gets lucky punching that guy off the map, but again, like that's not because of you. You didn't do anything. I want to say this in the least aggressive and rude way as possible, but you have made one play this game, one play, like 2 plays. You've made the one play to go up here when the Zarya Freya Tracer were here. You had that one play where you were sat in the back of the room, and then the second play where you were in this room, and then you went out here and shot the Lucio. You've made 2 plays in 6 minutes and 50 seconds. So that's not good. You probably could have won this game if you were making more plays. We're just playing so like passive. Like, we have to choose. We can't be indecisive. Either we walk in and we fucking shoot, and then TP out. Obviously, once our team gets a bit closer, like either we get super aggressive, or we just chill. We don't do this passive thing of like, oh yeah, let me shoot from the other side of the map, because Kiriko is a projectile. You're just gonna reveal your position, and you're not gonna do any damage. So either you play super aggressive, you try and take a 1v1. You know, if you want, you just TP out, or you just chill. You don't reveal yourself immediately. You wait for the fight to actually start, and then you go in. Because like now, this guy's going to be on you, and you can't really do anything. Now, it's pretty good for you. Okay, Doom's out. Let's go. Doom gave us space. We need to walk forward. Walk forward. Shoot this guy. Don't be afraid. What's the worst thing that can happen? The Freya tags you with a couple of bolts, you just TP out. It's fine. Now, you're not in a great position, but at least if you walk forward, you're separating yourself from Cass, so you can actually TP. Here, your Doom's dead, so you just die here. Either try and get out, or just die. Just try not to prolong your death. Go for a kill. That's fine. So yeah, you're just playing too far away with your team too much, which is making it really hard for you to do damage. It's making it hard for you to actually engage and get value. This is good. Okay, let me watch what's happening here. You're just okay. Like I like the idea. The idea is great, but right now your team is fighting, so you need to be focused on just getting close to the fight and shooting, right? In fact, if we go back to spawn, we might be able to see what's going on. I think it's just a thing of Cass and Doom engaging too early. Yeah, I mean, they're kind of engaging too early. Like, yeah, you could have, like, ran down this side of the map. You could have gone over here. But honestly, they're just in too early. It's whatever. It's unlucky. I don't like this. I really don't like this rush. You didn't really know, like you could see your teammates over there, but they can't capitalize off this rush. And you don't know where the enemies are, most importantly. You want the rush to be close to the enemies, because what's gonna happen now is that these guys are just gonna kite out. They're gonna get out of the rush, right? And now your rush isn't really getting a lot of value. Now you force that beat, but is that because of the rush, or is that just because the tracer went out and shot him, right? Because these guys were able to just kite out of the rush, and you're not getting a lot of value. Also, let me see this. This is good, by the way. This is what you should be doing. If these guys didn't have beat, you would probably kill the Kiriko here, because look, you're engaging. Like you're actually close. You've closed the distance, so it's easy to hit shots. You're doing it from an off angle, right? Because the Kiriko isn't really paying attention to you, so you could just shoot it for free. And you might have disengage options. I think you can TP over here. Nah, maybe it's a little far. But like, let's just imagine they get close, and then you have TP options. Yeah, look, boom. You have TP. Like, you're fine. You're not dead. You're fine. You did damage. You distracted. You got out. Wonderful. Now we just play main for a bit because we don't have TP. But now that we have TP, we want to start trying to take an angle. You know, get close, shoot up here, and then like we have a couple of choices. Either we go in the room, Tracer finds us, we fight Tracer, force her out, or we can wall climb over this little billboard, and then we can off angle the Doom, or no, the Kiriko, because the blue team are the enemy team. Yeah, this is fun. The only reason I'm not happy with this is that you didn't force the fight with Tracer. Tracer forced the fight with you. Best case scenario is that you force the fight with Tracer because you want to go somewhere. You don't let them come to you. Like in this situation, you go to them and you get them out of the way. And if they force you out at that point, then that's whatever. You just TP out. But at least you were the one getting aggressive. So right now, nothing. We're doing nothing. We need to Suzu. We need to do something. We're just sat over here doing a whole lot of nothing. Nothing. Okay, Tracer's fighting. Cool. We force out recall. Right, we force out recall. We have full health. We have full ammo. We have Suzu and TP. And we also have tree. We need to walk forward and do something. At least try. At least go over here and shoot. Like not in front of them, but at least like get in this room. Try and shoot. Maybe if you can, take a quick rotation over here. Shoot. Right, something. But your team's gonna die, so this is where you get out. Okay. This is why setting up is really good as well, because when your Doom gets here, you could already be in this room and then just wait for your Doom Fist to like punch in or slam in on these guys, and then you can engage when they're distracted. That's why setting up is so strong, because you get to skip all of the rotation aspect of playing the game. You can just wait somewhere, wait for your team to go in, and then you could just immediately go in. And why do we want to go in? Again, because of the 4-step plan. It's going to be better to do damage. We can off angle. We can do more consistent damage because we're closer. Stuff like that. This is good. This is great. It's a little early though. You're revealing yourself on the off angle just a little early. Why is it a little early? Because no one's actually fighting, right? So these guys are just all going to be able to look at you and then back up. Now, yeah, you kind of made space a little bit, which is great. But it would have been better if you actually got a kill from that. You need to help Weaver here. Yeah, that's your fault. You need to be paying. As Kiriko, you got to be locked in. You got to be paying attention. Who needs healing? Who needs Suzu? Right? The reason why you're not locked in is because you've just been playing in the same position for so long. Moving around in Overwatch is really important, right? Because every time you move, you're opening up more opportunities to off angle, but also you're gonna make it so it's harder to know where you are specifically. So you shoot, they know where you are. They're gonna shoot out this wall, or they're gonna use cover against you. So now we just rotate and see where else we can go. And if we rotate, we would have been able to help the Weaver. But like because we keep peeking here, we're getting no value because they're just using cover against us, but they're still able to shoot our teammates. But also, like it's hard for you to help your team because you don't know what's going on because you're not rotating. And then by the time you realize the Weaver needs help, it's still there. Okay. It's fine. We're just playing too far. Like, at least try and walk forward a little bit. Nothing you can... There's nothing you can do with the cast. We have to TP out. It's fine. Okay, now we have no TP. This is where you should be sitting behind your teammates and shooting. Because, yes, you can't off-angle because you have no TP, but you can still use this cover here and just shoot. This is where you would want to play as far back as you have cover because you don't have TP to help you. Shoot, okay. Okay, cool. We have TP and stuff. We need to be ready to engage. Right? We need to be ready. The Doom's landing here. I would like you to be on this high ground, ready to shoot. I like the rotation. It's just unfortunate. You can wall climb over, by the way, but it just doesn't really matter. It's just too late because your Doom's dead. And like, why is your Doom dead? Because you didn't take an angle previously. So like, I like the idea, but you just did it too late, and your teammate already used all of his resources to win this. And then I imagine you just kind of lose this fight. So yeah, the reason why you like keep going from M2 to M1 back to M2 is simply because you're just not playing aggressive enough. And good teams are going to take advantage of the fact that you're not being aggressive enough nearly as much as you should. And they're just going to steamroll your team with more angles and more pressure. That's it. Good Suzu. We need to rush at some point. We need to rush. Yeah, we should have rushed Loki like 15 seconds ago. It's very important that we rush before anyone dies because we need to win this fight so we can actually get the bot back. Right? So like, do that Suzu and then rush immediately. Like, we need to immediately rush. This would be a good rush. Why? Because the Tracer and the Doom are actually engaged and it's going to be really hard for them to get out, right? Because the Doom either has to stay in the rush and get shot at, or he has to slam out and then he's got no movement cooldowns and then we can just kill him. Yeah, because like now what's going to happen, or we're going to die without using rush, and yeah, there we go. So yeah, Mr. Holt, your problem is that you're just not playing aggressive enough. Like, your main two problems are that you're playing too far away, and you're playing with your team too much. Those are your big problems. So one, we fix playing too far away. Just tell yourself, okay, I need to get closer because I need to do damage, because doing damage is actually how I'm going to carry and win the games. And how do we do damage effectively? Because obviously we can't just walk forward and just press left click, right? Or right click, whatever button you use. And that comes to the second problem and the solution. So the second problem is that you play too close to your teammates. So to fix that, I recommend you kind of adopt taking more off angles, which is going to happen by naturally playing closer, because you're going to be able to move to more angles more quickly, because you're going to be close enough to do them. Now, I recommend you watch Awkward's 4-step plan video. I believe he made one like a year ago, like an updated version. I highly recommend you watch that to understand what the 4-step plan is. And to everyone else, I hope this video was helpful. I'll see you next time. Peace.